I'm really close to retirement age, but I got no friends. My wife is almost 60. She also doesn't have any friends. So I'm not talking about the relationship between me and my wife. I'm talking about, mates. Those type of friends. So what's happened? It seems to be an epidemic. Seems to be lots and lots of people that don't really have friends anymore. So what's causing all this? Well, I think partly some of the blame is social media. Social media are meant to bring people together, but in actual fact they're doing quite the opposite, and they're trivializing friendships, and they're moving people to a online type of environment to communicate where there's no personal contact, there's no body language, it's all virtual. I mean, to me, talking to somebody in a chat room or over the phone is only half the communication. I mean, body language is very important when you're talking to people, and also interacting with them. Looking at their facial expression and their eyes and their all those sort of things. You just can't pick that stuff up in text. I think also there's people have a lot of problems lately, and people tend to isolate themselves. There's probably trust issues as well, and everyone's probably having such a hard slog just trying to get through life. They just haven't got time for fostering those types of relationships. So sure, I had some very good friends when I was younger. In my 20s, I had some really good friends. We used to do stuff all the time. We'd go out. We would do sports together. There was a couple of us. We would play squash regularly. We would go to self-defense classes. We'd do all sorts of things. And then I moved cities for work. And then, things just started drifting apart. So by the time I moved up to here where I am now, Brisbane, people were already in the process, because back when I was younger, people married very early and started families very early, so maybe at the age of 25 to 30 at the latest. So when I moved up to Brisbane at 25, people were already starting the families, and no one had time for people like me. So, that wasn't to say I didn't have a lot of acquaintances. So I got on with everyone, had lots of little social events and all that, but it's no real friends. I mean, none that I would consider real friends. Another reason I think why there's a lot of isolation between people now is the high divorce rate and high rate of separation between people. So I know in my own case, when I got divorced, all the sort of friends that we did have, I noticed that they were in a dilemma. They had to pick a side, basically, like, ooh, who do I talk to? Do I talk to him or talk to her? I can't talk to both because, I don't want to be confiding with the enemy or one of the enemies. So guess whose side they all picked? It wasn't my side. So, and females generally being more networking than men, they networked better, so, and men couldn't care less. So just one thing led to another, and then just over the years you just start drifting apart from people, and then you just lose all avenues of finding a true friend, I guess. And then when you get to my age, you're thinking, oh, I don't want any friends, because I'm not speaking for myself here, but I've noticed many people my age get very opinionated and very conceited about things, and they really have their own way of doing things. So a good example is now, like, with all the friends that we do have now, if we want to catch up with them, we need to have like a 2-week waiting list, and multiple bookings and lots of trouble just to sort of slot into people's social schedules to see them for half an hour just for a cup of coffee or something. And I was saying to my wife, well, these people aren't really friends. I mean, if you have to make such an appointment, you have to meet in a public place, and it's only for a limited amount of time before they get out and go to their next set of friends. So, it's all very superficial and shallow, if you ask me. So it's more catching up with acquaintances more than anything. And because a lot of people have their own problems, I find it very, very rare now for someone to come up and ask me, are you okay, or is there something wrong? Usually when you catch up with people love to talk about their problems, and if you mention your problems, they just counteract with their own problems in a manner that makes it sound like their position is more dire. So I basically stopped talking about my problems with people now, so everyone thinks I'm a sort of happy sort of person, and which I am generally, so that's that problem. So you're probably thinking, does this bother me? No, I couldn't care less. I think it's important for younger people to have friends. They're got more developing type of personalities. They need to get set up for their future. They need to find partners and all that type of stuff. And they probably got a lot more. They're more adventurous than older people. So and they got more energy. So I think it's probably an essential thing for them. But for me now, if people want to talk to me, they can talk to me. If they don't, I don't care. So a lot of people probably see me as, it's that crazy guy who talks to his dog. So I do tend to talk to my dog a bit. So when I'm at home, and probably when I'm walking him too. Let's see if I can get him. Come on, come on. Yeah, good boy. There's my boy. He's never out of eyesight from me. Always keeping an eye on me. Yeah, well, he's off back to sleep. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this if you find this interesting. And have a good day.